In this video, we'll be typing in our document object model within our Sublime text editor on the index.html file that we created. Let's start by typing in the angled bracket and HTML. If you're using Sublime text editor, you will realize that there's a pop-up with HTML. And once you press enter, you will realize that it populates the document object model for HTML for you. But for the sake of understanding, let's just get rid of everything and then type these elements one by one. First, let's start with the declaration. We mentioned that this declaration indicates that this type of document is an HTML document. Next, we have the opening and closing HTML tags. A tag is an element surrounded by angled brackets. In this particular example, HTML will be your element name, and when it's surrounded by angled brackets, it is collectively called a tag. Tags have two parts. We have an opening and a closing tag. The closing tag has a slash before the element name. There are some tags that are called self-closing tags, in which you do not have to provide the closing tag. We will deal with them later as we deal with more HTML tags. We then indicated that there are two sections to your page. It can be your head and your body. The head tag can specify the title of your website. This is where we will add our styles once we are dealing with CSS and many more links that we will reference throughout our web page. For now, let's just specify the title tag. When using Sublime Text, you will realize that once you type the first few words of your tag, then there's a pop-up with some suggestions. You can simply just highlight the particular pop-up that you want to use, in this case it's title, and then press enter. It will then type in the opening and the closing tag for you. Between the opening and closing tag, let us just specify the title of our website as my website. Directly below the closing tag for the head tags, let us specify our body tags. We indicated that this is where all of the physical content of our page is going to be displayed. For now, let's just make an example with a single tag that is used for a heading. We'll discuss this in more detail later. Let's just write welcome to my website as the heading. We'll have a look at more tags in the next video. But in summary, let's just have a look at the terminology that we've discussed in this particular video. In this video, we have dealt with these terms: the HTML tag, which we indicated is the element name surrounded by an opening and closing angled bracket; the HTML element, which is the text within the angled brackets that are used to form a tag. We have an opening tag, which is a tag used to start an HTML element, and we have a closing tag, which is used to close the HTML element. The element content is the content in between your opening and closing HTML tags. Let's meet again in the next video.